This news update is brought to you by...
This is how we flow. Oh, the offers are quite exciting, and the prices will leave you smiling. Everybody's got a cheerful glow.
Get the new Samsung J5 plus 1 gig free data starting at just $345.
It's Friday, December the 11th, 2015, and this is your Barbados Today morning news update. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Thanks for joining us. In our top story this morning, it's all about politics. Now, having extracted dentist Dr. Maria Agard from the party, the opposition Barbados Labour Party could insert Dr. William Duguid as its candidate in the Christchurch West riding. Dr. Duguid, also a dentist, quit active politics in 2013 after representing the constituency from 2003, paving the way for Dr. Agard to represent the BLP stronghold. However, the continuing row between the sitting Member of Parliament and the party has led to calls by constituents for Dr. Duguid's return, and the former MP appears interested. However, Dr. Duguid told Barbados Today he must first consult with his family before making any final decision. Meanwhile, Dr. Agard will this morning finally file a lawsuit in the High Court challenging her expulsion from the party. Writs will also be served sometime today on BLP leader Mia Motley in her own right and in her capacity as chairman of the BLP, and Dr. Jerome Walcott, the General Secretary. They have been named as the two defendants in the court action. Dr. Agard's lead attorney, Hal Gollop QC, told Barbados Today his client would ask the court to rule on what she claimed were flagrant breaches of the rules of natural justice.
Well, we are going to be asking the court to declare, make certain declarations in respect of the action itself, given the allegations which we've made in respect of the right of fair hearing and the rule against bias, which are fundamental. It must attract the attention of a court that, ring the same body who preferred the charges against Dr. Agard turned out to be the same body whom she had to appear before. And I mean, if we go right back to the old case, Sussex, the Sussex Justice's case, ex parte Hewitt, and Justice McCarthy, that justice must not only be done, but must manifestly and undoubtedly be seen to be done. Now, it cannot even remotely appear to have been done.
After a 4-year break in negotiations, management of the Apes Hill Club in St. James and the Barbados Workers' Union finally sat down at the bargaining table yesterday morning. But when the parties emerged from the talks chaired by Chief Labour Officer Vincent Burnett after only an hour and a half, the outstanding issues of pay and conditions of employment still remained unresolved. What the two sides did agree on, though, was to meet again to try to settle the differences that separate them and that sparked a 3-day work stoppage by more than 40 maintenance staff. The only comment from Executive Director of the Barbados Employers Confederation, Tony Walcott, was that the discussions would continue at a date to be fixed. Minutes afterwards, the BWU delegation led by Deputy General Secretary Dwayne Paul came out of the meeting and reported a little more on the discussions.
Today's meeting was quite cordial. We have reviewed the matter, and we are going to continue discussions towards concluding the outstanding matters between the parties.
Were you able to agree on anything today? Or settle anything today?
Well, the meeting did not go that far. The meeting today was, as I said, for us to determine the way forward. That has been agreed upon, and we would be meeting very shortly to continue discussions on the outstanding matters.
Okay. Any date?
We are looking at some dates between now and next week.
In other news now, Barbados' Environment Minister Dr. Dennis Lowe says he is confident that a new agreement to curb the greenhouse gas emissions can be reached by today's deadline. Dr. Lowe is in Paris attending the climate change conference, and there is still no agreement on a target to lower the greenhouse gas emissions which are responsible for global warming. The Caribbean and other small island developing states are asking for a 1.5 degrees Celsius limit, while larger countries are settling for 2 degrees. Dr. Lowe says he believes the developed countries are beginning to understand the region's plight.
The 1.5 issue is gaining great support, a lot of traction, and we feel that it is clear that we are going to get it in the text. It may not come in its absolute form, but I think that based on the submissions of other countries, of G77 and China, of the Europeans, a strong statement by Britain, I believe that we're going to get that.
There's regional and international news after this short break.
It was days before Christmas. I had so much to do. Shopping, more shopping, and I was feeling blue. There's a mother, father, a wifey, and friend. Lots of things to buy, but there was no money to spend. I found the answer. The BT shopping spree. 15,000 in goodies. Free, free, free. It's easy to enter. Nothing hard to do. Follow my instructions and a winner can be you. Visit facebook.com/Barbados today. Do it quickly and fill out your form to enter this spree. Look, I'm shopping at the Costulex Mega Store. Come down, fill your trolleys with goodies and more. And like me, you too can say, ho, ho, ho.
Secure your future, be financially strong. Since 1983, we have been there for you. A smart range of products, great tax benefits. We're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. Humble beginnings to smart loans, smart savings. Save smart and borrow smarter, that's the move for me. Stability, prosperity, we're the solution to your hopes and your dreams. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union. The Barbados Workers Union Cooperative Credit Union.
Welcome back with news from the region now. Jamaica and the Bahamas are at loggerheads over the arrest of 11 Jamaicans in Nassau. And as a result, the Jamaican Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Foreign Trade has written to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and Immigration of the Bahamas about the recent detention of the 11 Jamaican women who were suspected of prostitution and being in breach of the Immigration Act. In its formal letter to its counterpart ministry in the Bahamas, the Foreign Affairs Ministry said it advised them of its concerns, and the Jamaican women may have been unfairly profiled for arrest and were not afforded proper treatment while in detention. The ministry said it is now looking forward to a timely response from the Bahamas. On the international scene, the finance chief of the so-called Islamic State has been killed in airstrikes by the U.S.-led coalition. He and 2 other leaders were killed in the strikes which took place in recent weeks. No further details were given. The coalition has been carrying out airstrikes against ISIS militants in Iraq and Syria for over a year. One recently also held an ISIS leader in Libya. In more global news now, we are hearing that Connecticut would become the first U.S. state to ban the sale of guns to people on the government watch list under an executive order that Governor Daniel Malloy, a Democrat, says he will sign. The measure, which Malloy said needs federal approval, would require state police to review whether a potential gun buyer was on the federal no-fly list or on a watch list for people suspected of ties to terrorism. It would also revoke existing gun permits issued to people whose names were found on such a list. The move follows a call by President Barack Obama for Congress to prohibit people on the no-fly list from buying firearms in the wake of last week's massacre in San Bernardino, California, of 15 people led by a married couple inspired by Islamic State militants. And on that note, we end our Barbados Today morning news update. However, you can join us again this afternoon. Until then, remember to log on to www.barbadostoday.bb, subscribe to our e-paper, email updates, or like us on Facebook. You can also catch us on Izumi Media in bus terminals or screenplay at supermarkets and gas stations near you. Also tune in to Channel 101 on Flow TV and Mix 96.9 FM to get all the latest news and sports. I'm Emmanuel Joseph. Have a fantastic day.